following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in a thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself, the known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your wanna be, Jimmy Star's new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star's.
Hey, ho, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We have a fun show for you guys today. We have Scream's Queen, Angel Bradford, coming on, and then we have Emmy winner Bill Obers Jr. coming on. Going to be a lot of fun, but before we do any of that stuff, let's first say hi to my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
I'm suffering. It rained and rained and rained in the desert. When it rains in the desert, there are things that never bloom that suddenly bloom. I can't see right now. My eyes are so bad. What happened? Our lights went off.
Yeah, the dog must have hit it.
Oh, hell.
Hang on, I'll fix it. Keep talking.
Anyway, I can't see and I can't breathe. And you're going to think I did cocaine, but I didn't do cocaine. I just have water running out of my nose. My head is so swollen. I feel like shit. There we are. But I'm going to a doctor, I think in a week or so, and find out what I'm allergic to. And it's probably the desert. And I'm happy to say that when we move back to New York, I won't have this problem. But I've had this problem before, living in Palm Springs. And when I moved to Florida, it went away. So anyway, that's my bitchy groan and moan of the day. So bear with me, folks. I just don't feel so hot. I may not be funny. I don't know what I'm going to be.
Anyway, you guys, this is going to be a fun show. Last week's show, you guys, was very good. It's gotten 8 million plays, I think, so far, which is a lot. So we want to appreciate and thank everybody for that. We also have people starting to show up in the chat room. Hey,
Wait, 8 million?
Yeah.
So when I tell these guests that 5 million are watching, that's bullshit.
Well, they're not watching it. They listen to it. It's afterwards.
Well,
it's not live.
They're with us. So it's 8 million people.
No, that's just last week, not every week.
No, but that's, hey,
we have weeks at 17 million.
17 million people?
Yeah.
Oh.
We have all different kinds of things. Matter of fact, Bruce Valanche got 17 million.
Oh, so no wonder I get stopped by people. And they say, are you Ron Russell? And I say, I used to be. One time I was.
In the chat room, they say you're sorry, you're not feeling well. So we want to give a shout out.
I really feel terrible. I'm not the only one. My daughter Leslie, my daughter Deirdre, so many friends of mine who live in the Sean Canaan, everybody's bitching and moaning because the doctor tells you when it rains in the desert, but it's beautiful. We have orchid, lavender, purple, green, red, yellow. I mean, the desert is absolutely beautiful now. It's full of color and full of flowers.
It's nice and cool.
And the palm trees are making beautiful flowers. It's just beautiful.
Okay, so hold on. Show Dawn your watch. This one's pink, Dawn. We've had it a long time, but we doesn't always wear it. But it goes with this shirt.
It's a 40.
49,
49, and it's pink and purple. And it's one of my, I think it's Jimmy's watch.
Yeah, that one's mine, actually.
I gave it to Jimmy as a gift. Somehow it got back in my jewelry box.
All the 49 watches went into his jewelry box.
Yeah, they all wound up.
Because he wears a lot of colors, and I basically wear the same 2 watches all the time. So Lady Lake is in the chat room. She says allergies are no fun. Stefan Bell is in the chat room. Hello, Stefan.
Hi, say hello to your wonderful
say
wife,
hi to
Stefan.
Tina. And what else is going on?
I like Tina so much, and we never see her.
Yeah, she was in the chat room last week.
Yeah, but she's.
I love Pink too.
You know,
Cindy.
Tina's one of the nicest people I know. How come we only see the bitches? We never see the good ones.
What do you mean?
We always have the evil people around us.
That's not really true. But
Well, it is true.
it's different though because Tina's not in the entertainment industry, so you don't see her because she doesn't go to entertainment events.
That's why I like her, because she's normal. She's not in the entertainment business.
So
You
I
have to be a screwball to be in this business.
want to give a shout out to Cindy Lady Lake. Cindy Lady Lake's freaking awesome, and big things coming from her soon.
Hi, Cindy Lady Lake.
And we also want to. What else? I had so many things, little things. I
Wouldn't
want
that
to
be
talk about.
funny? Years ago, if we had it on the show, we had and Cindy Lady Lake and Joan Rivers, a river and a lake.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's so funny. Which, by the way, we're working on some cool guests. I don't know if we're going to get them or not, but we're definitely working on some cool guests, you guys.
Yes, I heard that coming on our show, it will be Rosalind Kind, who is Barbra Streisand's sister, and that should be fun.
I think so. And I'm also working on, who's the one I told you I was working on? And
You're asking me?
yeah, the one with
The one who?
Anne something.
Oh, Margaret.
Anne Margaret. Yeah,
How could
I'm
you
working
not-
on Anne Margaret, you guys.
Anne Margaret, one of the superstars. Are you kidding? Anne Margaret's a superstar.
Not only are
She
we
dated
working,
Elvis Presley, you know, so we can find out all about Elvis Presley.
I'm working on a horror movie too, and that we've offered her a role in it. So we're going to see if we can get her to be in it. And it's an Elvis Presley themed horror movie.
Oh, yeah, she should be in it because she dated him for a long time.
B. Claudia just joined us. Hey, B. Claudia. Lady Lakes, oh my God, Anne Margaret. And the other one was Rosalind Kind, you guys, Barbra Streisand's sister. I think she's going to be coming on. I offered her next week, so we'll see.
But Anne Margaret went out with Elvis for a long time. And I remember back then that they were saying Elvis is going to marry Anne Margaret. And I said, never happened, because Anne Margaret was too beautiful, too talented, and too popular. And I don't think Elvis could have handled it because he wanted to be the one and only, you know, Elvis Presley. And I was right. They broke up. And I think when Anne comes on, I'm going to ask Anne, is that the reason why she and Elvis broke up? Because Elvis didn't want to share the popularity stage with her.
We also have a new pitch that we're putting together. I'm putting together a new pitch so we can try and get some other cool guests, and it should be a lot of fun. So look forward to some great guests coming up. Now that we're charting everywhere and everything, people, you know, it makes us look a little bit bigger. So hopefully we can get some great guests.
No, you know when your show is a success, when you no longer have to go out procuring, when the stars their managers contact you and say, we would like our client to be on your show. And that's what happens to us now. Now we have managers and PR people contacting Jimmy. And I mean, like, you know, Rosalind Kind, it was her manager that contacted Jimmy, who we know for a long time. I know Harlan Boyle for 20 years or more, maybe 25 years.
I don't know what happened to you guys. If you don't see me in the chat, it's because like it disappeared on me. I'm trying to find it, so we'll see what we can do.
What
I'll let
disappeared?
Ron for a minute. The chat. I can't see the chat room.
Oh,
So talk for a second, Ron. Let me see if I can figure it out.
So Harlan Boyle.
Harlan Bowl.
Bowl. Yeah, is a dear friend of mine for a long time. He handles Chippy Hedren, and I get all my gossip about Chippy from him. You know, unfortunately, Chippy Hedren had a surgery, a minor surgery, and the anesthesia did something to her, which it can, you know, when you're older. Anesthesia is very dangerous. You can lose memory. You can be almost like an Alzheimer person. But in time, it comes back. So she was going through a bad period. But as soon as she's well enough to be on the show, I'm going to have Chippy Hedren on our show because I just love her. She is just one of the sweetest, nicest, loving women, friends that I have. You know, I did a wonderful interview with her. We went up to Shambhala, my whole crew, and we filmed the lions and the tigers and the panthers and Chippy. It's a wonderful interview. I suggest you go to YouTube and look at the Ron Russell Chippy Hedren interview. You'll enjoy it. and you're going to learn a lot about crazy people that have tigers in their house. I mean, I don't get it. It's talking about one guy in Texas somewhere who had like 12 baby cubs up in the ceiling. What was I never understood that, how he got them up in the ceiling. But anyway,
All right, so I'm back.
don't have a lion as a pet because they can turn on you. So Chippy said.
Anyway, so all is good. Thanks. A lot of people in the chat room made comments on my new Godzilla, so thank you. It's so much fun. If you
Like
guys
I
can
wrote,
see it,
my Jimmy has a new toy.
it's on Instagram. I put it on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And between all three of them, it got about 5,000 likes or something. So
Imagine a plastic robot that blows smoke out its mouth gets 5,000. Me, I work my kazoolies off. I get 4, 5, 8.
it's so much fun.
Go figure what kind of audiences we have. I don't know.
The desert bloomed. Well, I have a lot of because don't forget, I follow, you get likes based on who you follow. Like on TikTok, I follow a lot of toy collectors, and so they follow me back.
So they follow you. So they love
so
it.
it's the toy collectors. So they don't even probably watch the show. They just like my toys.
Right.
And I have some awesome toys, you guys. So it's really cool. It's a lot of fun.
Now that sounds a little perverted. You have awesome toys.
Well, I don't care what it sounds
People
like.
have what they refer to their sexual objects as toys. Like the people that carry a black leather satchel around. They say that's my toy box. And the toys are not dragons that blow smoke.
That's okay.
They're
I have so many great
different
things.
kinds of toys.
Actually, Dawn Hinton says she wants a Glen doll. I have a Glen doll, Dawn. It's awesome. I got it for.
What's a Glen doll?
I got it for Christmas.
I gave it to you.
Yeah, you gave it to me. I don't know if I got it for Christmas or my birthday.
What is it?
It's Chucky's son from Child's Play. It's like a 4-foot doll. It's very collectible, very hard to get. Like on the secondary market, they're like $300, $400, $500 for it.
So Chucky had a son.
Yeah, so Chucky and Tiffany.
So he knocked up.
So I have Chucky.
So Chucky knocked up some.
I have a ton of Chuckies, and I have a Tiffany, and I have only one Glenn because they've only made one of him, and then I have a bunch of. I think I have 2 Tiffanys, but I have a ton of Chuckies, and I just got a 28-inch bear brick Chucky, which I didn't put any pictures up for it or anything yet. It's super valuable, and I'm super excited to have it. So one of these days I'll put it out because I'm collecting bear bricks now.
Now, the new house out in Long Island, New York, is a beautiful big house. It's not a house. We're living in a condo. We've moved to a 55 and over condo, which is like the best one on Long Island. And upstairs is an entire beautiful space, huge, gigantic space with a guest room and a little living room off the guest room for the guest. And that's Jimmy's space. He's going to fill it with all his monsters and boxes of toys.
I can't wait.
Now, if you saw this beautiful home we're moving to, you'd say, oh my God, he's not going to do that to your home. I will say, yes, he is, because that's what he does. He has to work around all these monsters. So you cannot really see it. You have to go up the stairs. There's the balcony, and that's where the monster area will be.
It's going to be very cool, you guys, and I'm.
But he's taken up half the house. So because the house is like 1,800 square feet downstairs, and upstairs another 1,800. So he's in the 18 upstairs, which means that if I have a guest, which I will, they have to go through the monsters to get to the guest room. And that little living room sitting area off the guest room, that's going to be monsters. So it's going to be weird for our guests to go through the I mean monsters. He's got 6, 7, 8 foot things that. I'm not talking about boxes of little dinosaurs. He's got mummies. The one I love the mummy. Mummy's my favorite. Actually not. The spaceman is my favorite. I gave him a full life-size space guy. And when you walk by him, he has a ray gun, and he speaks. I'm here from Mars, Earthlings. So he's my favorite one.
I have about a 7.5 foot Krampus, and I have Michael Myers, and I have.
Well, Michael Myers is the best. You walk by, he's got a stiletto, and he goes, chuck! He tries to kill you with it. So I think, at night, if a guest decided to go to the kitchen and it was dark, it would be very frightening to walk past all the monsters that light up, red eyes and smoke and whatever. So it's crazy, but he likes it.
What I really want, too, is, I've been looking all over for it, is a life-size Klaatu. And Klaatu. Klaatu is from...
the movie
yeah.
that Patricia Neal was in?
Yeah. They make life-size Klaatus, but nobody can find them. I saw a guy on Facebook with it, and I really want a life-size like Klaatu because...
That was for... He was
The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Yeah, he was from the original with Michael Rennie, and my person who I love, who I knew, was Patricia Neal. She was this fabulous actress. I mean, I meant to ask her that if I ever got to. She passed away. We were supposed to have an interview with her, and then she passed away. Nowadays I have to work fast when I book a star because they're so old. They die right away.
Absolutely.
And I would have asked her, why did she accept that script? But I suspect that she got that script at a punishment. A lot of times, if a star misbehaved, the studio would give them a crappy movie to be in. And it wasn't a crappy movie. It was a wonderful film.
I love it.
It's one of the best science
And they
fiction.
remade it, and the remake was okay.
No, the remake was shit. But the original was really a story and interesting. And it had a great cast. Michael Rennie was a big star, and so was Patricia Neal. They're both, I don't know if Michael was an Academy Award winner, but Patricia Neal was for Face in the Crowd.
I loved it.
She was a great actress.
I have all kinds of those old Lost in Space. I want to get the original Lost in Space action figures, but they're ungodly expensive.
You see, I'm very small. My collection is little. It's Flash Gordon. And I'm in a movie with Flash Gordon. I can't wait.
The guy who played Flash Gordon. But you like the original Flash Gordon.
I really I loved Buster Crabbe because I grew up with him. But I love the character Flash Gordon because he was like a regular person. He wasn't a superhero. He didn't have superpowers. So I could relate to that. And I loved all the original Flash Gordon movies, the 1935 and 38 movies with Ming the Merciless. And I grew up with that fantasy. So Flash Gordon, I love the character. And of course, what's his name? Sam Jones has been on our show, and he's a great guy. And I understand from my manager that I'm in a movie with Sam Jones.
Yes, we're going to be. We're working on it. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
And Sam Jones was a great interview for us.
But he's Flash Gordon to me. He'll always be Flash Gordon.
I liked him when he was in Ted, though. But he played Flash Gordon in Ted, so
yeah, I know. But I just think that he is Flash Gordon, and I loved the second Flash Gordon, the remake, the nowadays Flash Gordon in color. I watch it all the time. I just love it.
I think it's a lot of fun. And
Sam Jones, knowing him and meeting him and finding out what a terrific guy he is makes it even better. I know a lot of movie stars, and I love them to death. And then I met them, and I no longer like them because some of them in person are just pieces of nothing. They're garbage. They're horrible human beings. They're not what they are on the screen. So you'd be surprised at how many dirtbags are on the screen.
Absolutely.
That we love so much. But Sam Jones happens to... I got a mosquito bite. Sam Jones happens to be... we even have mosquitoes in the desert now. Could you believe that? The desert doesn't have mosquitoes. Never. Jimmy, what's going on? The world's coming to an end. Why. The world is coming to an end.
Don Hinton just sent me an eBay Klaatu, but that's that's just like a little 8-inch one. I saw somebody that has like an 8-foot one. That's what I want. I want an 8-foot
she has a little Klaatu?
There's little ones. No, she showed me on eBay where you can get them. But thanks, Don. You're the best. I love it.
You want a full size?
I want a full big one, yeah.
That's going to be a couple of $1,000.
I don't care.
You don't care?
Okay, when I make a big movie, I'll have money and I'll buy it.
Okay.
You know, those things, they never lose their value. They're worth a ton of money.
If you really hit a big movie and made a lot of money, you should give me a facelift as a gift.
You don't need a facelift. You're gorgeous just how you
No,
are.
I'm not. Don't you want me to look young forever? You want me to get ugly and old? Wait till I get to be 90. You're going to see what a mess I'm going to be. I mean, look at Clint Eastwood. He was so handsome. And look at him now. Robert Redford. Oh, my God. That beautiful man. Look at him now. So, I'm on my way to ugliness.
No, not at all.
Yeah. You watch. If I'm alive next 5 years, you watch how you age. I'll be like 87 or 88 years old. That's old, man. And you have to go have your face pulled up a little bit if you're going to be in show business. Right, Jim?
Yeah, so talk for a minute. I'm working something out. We're having a problem.
Talk for a minute. What's your problem? The guest is not here again.
She's not here. Hang on.
I'm going to hit her when I get her.
Hang on, Juan. She's not there, right? Because she says she's in the waiting room, which means maybe I gave her the wrong link or something. Let me double check. Okay.
This girl was not destined to be on our show.
Sure she is. Hang on.
Every time she's coming on, there's something else. We're going to have to hit her.
No, it's not her fault.
We're going to have to hit you.
Anyway, hang on. I got to look for the link, and I'll send it to her.
Is it your fault?
I don't know, honey, but talk something else so it's not me so I can concentrate on what I'm doing.
I don't want to talk about you. You're so boring. What's there to talk about?
Okay,
Your toys, that's all. If we don't talk about your toys, what are we going to talk about? You don't cook. You don't have anything creative. You don't paint or sculpt. You don't write poetry.
Hang on,
He does nothing. Jimmy is a computer. Remember that. I know, I'm married to him.
Shit.
He's a computer. You ask Jimmy a question, and he goes, and he gives you the answer. He doesn't use his brain. He uses his computer. Like I'll say to him, Jimmy, where in Italy is this? He doesn't know. Now, he tells me he graduated third or fourth in his class. I got kicked out of school at 16, and I know more than him. I'm smarter than he is. I know geography. I know English. I mean, I'm far smarter than he is. And I was a high school dropout. I really didn't get kicked out of high school. I just say that to shock people. I had an experience there that I didn't like. And I thought to myself, Ron, acting, you don't need to have algebra. You're never going to use algebra in your life, Ron, because I don't touch money. Because money is full of germs. It's filthy. I haven't touched money in 30 years or more. Seriously. And if I do, I put it between paper. If I have to get cash, I ask him, could you kindly put it in an envelope or put it in between two pieces of paper? The touch of a dollar bill, I skeeve it. I skeeve the filthy paper. So I have no need for algebra. I have no need for spelling. When am I going to spell? When I write, I write. I mean, I know how to spell. I was an actor. I was born an actor. As a little boy, 8, 9, and 10, I used to build a stage in our backyard and tell all the kids to come, and I would sing. I'm singing in the rain, and I would dance with an umbrella. And the kids would walk out. They didn't like it. They sat there for a minute, and then they left. So I know what it's like to have a bad audience. I grew up with that. No, seriously, I was born to be here where I am. So I have no use for anything that the school would have taught me. I paint, I sculpt, I know all about Pompeii. I'm an interesting person to talk to. I don't sound like an illiterate, I hope. So schools don't mean shit. They're good if you want to be a teacher. So Jimmy, who brags about being 6th in his class, 3rd in his class, whatever it is, I'll say something like, I'll talk about someplace in India, and he'll say, where's that? I'll say, but you're the one with the 6th in the class. Me, I don't know shit from Shinola, and I'm telling you what I'm talking about.
Okay,
So
we're working on it, you guys.
I'm speaking rudeness.
Okay.
So you can be self-taught, You don't have to necessarily have to be taught from a school. A lot of geniuses. Look at Abraham Lincoln. He learned on a shovel. A lot of geniuses were self-taught.
Yeah, they were.
So what are you all about? I mean, really, what's interesting about you? What?
I don't know. I got 1.5 million people who follow me on social media, so they must like something.
Because they're deranged.
No, they're not deranged. They're cool. They
1.5 million people follow you. What did they follow? Your crazy shit that you write about Trump and stuff, all stupid stuff.
No. I get on and do videos every day saying, hey, what's up? Hello, everybody. And they get hundreds. I've gotten 15 million views.
But I don't find you
me.
interesting
Okay,
or
that's
fascinating.
maybe because you're with me every day.
Yeah, but I mean, I look at you and I think to myself, okay, you're in love with him, but what are you in love with?
Oh, well, that's your problem, not mine.
It's not a problem. It's certainly not a problem.
Terrible, not nice thing to say.
What?
That you're like, don't find me interesting.
No, I don't. You don't gossip.
I do gossip, but
No,
you
you don't.
You don't know who the people are, so it's hard. All right, Angel's here, you guys. Let's bring her in. Hey!
Hi.
It's about time.
I'm sorry.
Did I give you the wrong link? I might have sent you the wrong link.
Yeah, and the link that I was trying to find in the email that was forwarded to me, I think Matt had sent me the wrong one, so I was sitting in the wrong waiting room.
Okay, perfect. So, all right, so great. Thank you so much. We're happy to have you. How you feeling?
I'm feeling better, thankfully. I'm sure you can still hear a little bit of the residual nasalness I have going on, but I feel better. Thank you guys for having me.
All right, so let's do an intro.
I'm in the desert and I'm dying. I am so stuffed from the goddamn shit that's blooming in the desert. Now, do you have allergies too?
I do, yeah.
Wait, first let's introduce her because nobody knows who she is. So we have to introduce her.
See what I mean?
She doesn't know
This
you.
is what I mean about him. He should not be in show business.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, Scream Queen actress, special effects artist, model, and director Angel Bradford. Hello and welcome to the show. Yay! My cool, outrageous man about town, Ron Russell.
I already met her.
But you didn't say hi.
I'm saying hi now.
Okay, and then we have a chat room. People say hi to everybody in the chat room.
I said to her very sarcastically, I said, well, young lady, you finally made it.
Yes, I know. We're happy. So I think that was a little bit of everybody's fault, but we're so happy to have you. So tell me, where do you actually live?
I am from North Carolina, born and raised.
Is that where you are now too?
Yes, currently, yep.
I love it. Okay.
I like North Carolina.
Yeah, me too.
I have a few friends there. My friend is a lawyer in North Carolina. Very good real estate.
Oh.
You can live there for
It's
not that expensive. I mean, it is expensive, but not that expensive. You get a break.
I live fairly close to Raleigh, about an hour north of Raleigh, and you can definitely see the way that the economy, is starting to spread to the smaller communities and stuff around Raleigh. It's pretty cool.
You mean it's getting expensive?
Well, yeah, kind of. Where I live in Henderson, there's not really a lot around. So when we get stuff like a Starbucks or like a Planet Fitness or something, it's like the talk of the town for a while.
So, wait, hang on.
Brothers
So can you get a house there for $250?
I don't think so. Probably you could, but it wouldn't be a nice house.
See, so it's the same all over, folks.
It's expensive.
No breaks anymore. It's all expensive.
All right, you guys. So first of all, you can follow Angel. Her middle name is Nicole, so you can follow her on Instagram. It's Angel Nicole Bradford, and Nicole is NICHOLE. Since I messed that up on the first graphic that I made, she's got 57 credits. She's a scream queen. She's kind of like part of the new genre and the new class of scream queens. You guys. She's like the next crew of scream queens after your Danielle Harris's and your Serena Vincent's and everybody. She's the new class of scream queen. And one reason that we're bringing her on, besides the fact that we're going to talk about all the other things she's doing, is that we're going to be working with her in Zombie with a Shotgun too.
Oh,
she's going to be in Zombie with a Shotgun.
Do we have scenes together?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
No, good. Listen, maybe that's why you lost your voice, because you scream a lot. You ever think of that?
I do scream a lot. I love screaming.
Yeah, maybe that's why your voice goes straight. You know, Rock Hudson. You know who Rock Hudson was? Do you know the actor Rock Hudson?
Yes, I recognize the name.
But you don't know who he is.
No, she's like
a
little kid.
Rock Hudson.
I recognize the name.
He's a major superstar. When Rock Hudson started off in the business, his voice was very high, and they didn't think it was manly enough. So they used to tell him to scream for a couple of hours every day to bring his voice down. And Rock Hudson screamed, and his voice became like this. He would speak very down, manly. So it will alter your voice screaming. Lucille Ball, you know who she was? I Love Lucy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lucille Ball used a falsetto voice when she worked as Lucy. Yeah, you know, Ricky. Well, her voice, because I knew her, and her voice went like this. She had a frog voice, like a balloon broke. So be careful.
Wow.
Do you know who Johnny Mathis is, the singer?
The name is not familiar to me.
I'm going to kill myself. I am so fucking old. I'm going to kill myself. Holy shit. I'm like ancient history. Anyway, Johnny Mathis, the world's #1 greatest romantic singer, knows how to use his voice because 90 years old almost, and he's still in concert, still singing beautifully, because he said he never ever insulted or hurt his voice. He knew how to use it. So you should learn now. Listen to the old bag. I know what I'm talking about. Yes, you're a scream queen, but learn to breathe and how to scream so you don't damage your voice. Because if you scream incorrectly, you're going to wind up with a broken balloon voice. Blah, 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 blah.
I love it.
No, that's it. I'm like your father.
Understood.
I like to preach to kids. You don't know who Johnny Mathis is? I really am going to kill myself.
She's
how old are you?
She's young. I don't know if she'll tell you how old. How old are you? Will you tell us?
29.
29.
I'm 29.
That's not a kid. You should know who Johnny Mathis is.
No, he's 90. Come on.
Chances are, because I wear a silly grin.
No, she would have
the
been.
The moment you come in.
I mean, he was alive. He was alive for 62 years before she was born.
I know that. Johnny Mathis is so international. You know who Sophia Loren is?
Look him up after the show.
Do you know who Sophia Loren is?
Yes.
I worked with her.
If you talk about horror movie people, she'll know them all.
This reminds me of one time I was doing a lecture at a college, and there was a kid sitting there bewildered. I was talking, and he looked like he didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So I said to him, "Do you know who Barbara Streisand is?" He said, "I think so. I've heard of her." And I said to myself, "Ron, get off this podium. These kids don't know what you're talking about. If they don't know who Barbara Streisand, you're blowing it out your ass. Get out of here."
I love it. So you didn't start out as an actor.
Do you know who Brad Pitt is?
Of course she does.
You know Brad.
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie.
Of course she does.
No, don't say it. What are you, mother?
Because everybody knows Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
You
can't walk in a grocery store without pictures of them on every freaking magazine.
Maybe she lives in a little town. She lives in a little town without a movie theater.
No, she's in movies.
We do have one movie theater.
Made 57 movies. So hey, okay. So
she's adorable. Anyway. You're very cute. I like you. You're
I want to know. First of all, because you started out effects artist. You didn't start as an actress, right? That came later. Is that what I read?
Correct.
So what decided? First of all, how did you decide to be a special effects artist? And then what was the breaking point that changed and said, "Fuck, I can do this, and I'm going to be a scream queen"?
So everything really happened with COVID. I was in a day job, and everything shut down. And ever since I was little, I've had an interest in special effects makeup. I've loved horror ever since I can remember. And during the lockdown, I didn't really have anything to do except for practice my makeup, and I started making videos of the process of doing makeups, and I started sharing those on Facebook. And there was a director named Brad Thomason who reached out to me and decided that he wanted me to help him on Martian Massacre, which was actually, no, it was Backwoods Bubba. Backwoods Bubba was the first one, and then I acted in his second one, which was Martian Massacre.
Wait a second.
But when he asked me to...
Wait, go back. So you've done 57, you've acted in 57 movies since COVID?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's like a movie a fucking week. That's awesome.
I stay extremely busy.
Because I actually Googled you, and then I was on Facebook, and everybody loves you. Like, everybody knows who you are. Everybody loves. I mean, all the people in the indie horror community. I want
to interrupt. I don't think I want to ever say she's a scream queen.
She's an actress.
She's an actress. So forget the scream queen. That's just something she does.
I know, but that's actually in the horror world, that's considered an honor.
Yeah, but I wouldn't title her Angel the Scream Queen. I would say Angel the actress.
But if you want to be a big horror movie thing, if somebody calls you a Scream Queen, that's a compliment, right? That's a compliment.
Angel, no. Angel and I are going to agree on this. I would not want to be known as a Scream Queen. I'd say I am more than that. That's something I do in a film, but I'm also a good actress.
He doesn't understand that Scream Queen is an actual title.
No, just like I don't understand Jimmy the shit.
Jimmy Star is the shit.
If anybody ever said Ron Russell is shit, He's
talking about, I have a video. I used to be a celebrity clothing designer, and I've dressed everybody. Freddy Krueger, Pinhead, Clive Barker, everybody.
Your younger people don't know how to sell yourself.
And so I made videos called Jimmy Star is the shit, where all these famous actors, they have millions of views, all these actors come on and say, I'm Doug Bradley and Jimmy Star is the shit, or I'm whoever, all the famous people. And there's like 5 different versions of it.
So how come
I had bracelets and stuff.
So how come when I called you a piece of shit,
that's not the same thing as the shit.
Now, seriously, Angel, if I were producing a movie and I needed an actress who doesn't scream, I wouldn't pick you. Because I only know you as, the girl that screams. So let that be just a part of who you are, but not who you are. That's all I'm saying. Like, we're going to be in Zombies. Are you screaming in Zombies? Is she screaming?
I don't know what she's doing.
What part does she do?
I don't know. It's been done. I just know she's in it.
But you're not hiring her for screaming.
No. So because Zombie's not a Scream Queen movie. It's not a slasher movie. It's a movie.
Well, good. So this way she has that under her belt. A film that she doesn't scream in.
So here's some of the people, you guys.
Like me, I don't like being labeled the interviewer. I am more than an interviewer. I do this as a hobby. I don't even get paid. El Cheapo doesn't pay.
Anyway. So you guys, here's some of the people that Angel has worked with. I'm doing this on purpose because because almost every one of the people that I mentioned is going to have been on the show. So Lisa Wilcox, she's done a few movies with, and Lisa Wilcox has been on the show, you guys. Let me tell you a funny Lisa Wilcox story. So Lisa Wilcox came on our show when we were in Pennsylvania, and Ron had no idea who she is because, number one, he doesn't research guests, and number two, even though he's made a ton of horror movies, he doesn't really like them that much, and so he doesn't know who the people are. So he's talking to her, and he said, as long as you're not, the girl who's in the bed who gets grabbed by the claws and all blooded up with knives. And she's like, oh, yeah, that's me. And he was like, oh, my God. And he had no idea because that's the only horror thing he's ever practically seen. And so she came on, and it was hilarious. And she's such a wonderful lady. She's been on a couple of times.
I thought that was probably, some people look under the bed at night. They think there's something under there, right? Mm-hmm. But to me, a knife coming through the mattress is the most frightening thing in the world because I got spooked from it. And that's why I said to her, I said, as long as you're not the girl in that movie, I said, where she got knifed into bed, that was terrible. And she said, Ron, that was me. I thought
it was hilarious. It was fun. So here's some other people, you guys. Courtney Tom, she's worked with Lloyd Kaufman, Debbie Rochon, Sean Phillips, Brink Stevens, Jennifer Nangle. She's the only one who hasn't been on the show. Felissa Rose, Robert Best, Lynn Lowry, who's also going to be in Zombie with a Shotgun too. Brink Stevens again, BJ Mezek, Debbie Rochon, who's been on the show. Robert Lasardo's been on the show. Tamara, good friend of mine. James Balsamo, Andy Dick, Deborah Dutch, who's going to be in a movie we're getting ready to do, and Tracy Burr. So they're all like horror icons. And I think for not acting for very long, you sure have accomplished a lot. And that's probably why there's always so much buzz about you, on the especially on Facebook. Like, they fucking everybody loves you. I put the first time that when you were coming up last week, we got hundreds of likes and everybody's saying how wonderful you are and everything. So I was like, oh, excited. So you have a movie that you did. So you guys, she's done a ton of indie horror movies. One of them, and this probably isn't going to be the greatest movie ever, but I loved the trailer and I loved the concept. It's called Craon. You know how they did Cocaine Bear?
Oh, no.
So she did Craon.
The raccoon is on crack.
It's a fucking raccoon.
Oh.
It's an innocent raccoon turned into a killing machine because it smokes crack or something.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
You think that's not entertaining?
It is so entertaining.
It is not, because you're promoting crack.
Oh, no, it's hilarious.
And anybody that promotes crack should be cracked up.
It's going to be hilarious.
No, you can't.
So now, who are you? No, we're going to play the trailer for it.
Well, I'm not going to ever see this movie.
You don't have to see it.
I don't want to see this movie.
So tell me, what?
I don't promote crack.
What did you do who are you in the film? Did you do any of the special effects also?
I was assisting with SFX, but I was one of the main characters. And filming for that was spectacular. It was ridiculous. It was so much fun, and the behind the scenes that we got are just absolutely ridiculous.
Oh no, I think it looks hilarious. I thought Cocaine Bear was a fabulous movie.
Of course,
loved Cocaine Bear.
I enjoyed
thought it was fabulous. And it was so much fun.
I thought it was totally stupid, and young people watch it. Oh, look how cool it is! Cocaine, let's do it. And now the same thing with crack.
I wish
you're going to see a raccoon having good time doing crack.
No, he's not having a good time. He's killing people.
Yeah, I know that. That's a good time for him. That's what. No, you know what I mean. I think it's time that we get rid of cocaine, get rid of crack, get rid of drugs that are destroying the youth of America.
It's a hilarious concept.
Well, I had family that was on crack and cocaine, and I saw what happened to them. And I don't think it's a happy thing.
Anyway,
my sister-in-law was
okay, but she's been clean for 50 years. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, you guys. We're gonna play the trailer for this because regular people are gonna like this a lot. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I want you, Juan, when she's gonna announce it, and then you play the trailer for Craon. And I love the way the raccoon looks. It just looks like a lot of fun. Is this movie out yet?
It's not out yet, but I do believe that post-production will be finished this year.
All right, you guys. So check out this trailer. Go ahead and introduce it for us.
Hi, everybody. Get ready for this. The trailer for Craon is going to knock your socks off.
Old Denny here's got something a little extra special for you two tonight.
What the fuck you talking about?
Bro, I'm talking about the latest thing to hit town. Acid mine drainage.
Come on, man, it's my turn. Come on, man.
What you're seeing is the effects of a designer so-called street drug.
Tonight is gonna be the most epic night of our lives, man.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Danny, I'm pulling this over. What are we gonna do?
Be careful out there today.
I will. It's not like anything major is going to happen. It never does. I need you to give the sheriff a call. We got 2 dead bodies up here on the mountain. I don't know. Maybe a bear or a mountain lion? I'm not sure.
I am telling you, it's a killer raccoon, okay? It's all fucked up on drugs and shit.
Can't be.
I basically love the raccoon. I love the way the raccoon, especially at the end there. You know, it almost looked like a viral dog almost. But I think it's a lot of fun. You know, and everybody's doing, because they're doing like cocaine shark and cocaine. They're doing cocaine everything now. All the little people. So it'll be a thing. Then I have another one that I did that you did. It's called The House That Eats Flesh, and this one actually has Lisa Wilcox.
It does.
Because you've worked with her twice now, and she's really big in the horror world.
I absolutely love Lisa. She is an absolute gem. I met her on The House That Eats Flesh. I did hair for her, and I helped with special effects makeup. And like that experience was, it was probably like the first big movie I would say I worked on, you know, that had like really good camera and, you know, really good effects between me and the other artist. And it was a really cool experience. I got to meet people on there, you know, besides Lisa. I got to meet really good friends like Morgan, who's another actress in the indie community, Yvette Holder, Lydia Manson, Sean Thompson. It was just really awesome. I don't know when that movie is going to be out, unfortunately. I do believe that it was sold to somebody else, so it's just kind of up in the air right now.
We have that like a lot of movies, because like I have several movies that are completed, and like we thought they were coming out and they still haven't come out. So you know, the distributors get to decide that, and I think a lot of people don't realize that once your movie gets distribution, you don't really have any control over it whatsoever about what happens with it and when it comes out. But I understand that totally, because I'm in the same boat. So this is so introduce A Stranger in the Woods trailer. Let's watch that one real quick, and then we'll come back and talk some horror.
Okay.
No, you introduce it.
Oh, you said Stranger in the Woods? Okay. Hey guys, here's the trailer. Enjoy.
Uh-oh. Juan. I don't know. What happened, Juan? We're having a day today, let me tell you. Hey, Juan, could you have the Stranger in the Woods trailer? Hello?
Is Juan there?
Hey, Juan, are you there? Oh, my God. Is it titled S? Oh, yes, it is. Yes, Juan, it is. Okay.
Edith, good morning. Listen, I sent a message to Victor last night about your arrival, and he's very excited. He can be a bit of a character. I don't think he'll be too much of a problem.
Hello?
Although...
Jesus Christ!
I'm afraid I cannot help you.
Hey, you guys, I fucked that all up. That's not her movie. That's Bill Obers' movie. He's our next guest. I'm so sorry, everybody.
But I do know Laura Wilson, and I have worked with her before. She's awesome.
Show today, guys. We're probably going to get 50 million plays because we have so many problems. So the name of the movie we want to watch is The House That Eats Flesh, not A Stranger in the Woods. And I'm an idiot. And Angel's polite, and she didn't say, "Hey, that's not my movie, you dumbass." She just like went along with it. So now we're gonna watch the trailer for her other movie starring Lisa Wilcox. It's called The House That Eats Flesh. Enjoy, everybody.
We're all killers, aren't we? It's in our nature to kill. We kill animals. We kill nature. We kill each other. We kill. His blood runs through these walls of this house. was a little girl, I didn't believe such nonsense. But eventually, I believed. Someone here has a very dirty mouth. Someone might be careful, might get that tongue cut out, little girl.
Hey, so I love Lisa Wilcox. They really made her look, terrible in that.
Old and terrible.
They really made her look terrible because she's such a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
A woman. I shouldn't say girl. Woman.
Woman.
She's like our age, my age probably. But I think the trailer. Everybody liked the trailer for that one a lot too. So I think it's great. So tell me a little bit about what are some of your favorite horror movies? Like growing up, what were some of your favorites?
That's an excellent question. I always say one of my number one favorites was Amityville 2, The Possession. That movie has stuck with me for various reasons. I also love Creep Show. I love Trilogy of Terror with Karen Black. I love Pumpkinhead.
Ron went on a date with Karen Black. And I'm Lance Henriksen is my favorite actor, and he's I've known him for many years, and so Pumpkinhead is a big one for me. I'm so upset.
Karen Black was one of the nicest people you would ever want to meet. She was
I believe her.
She was a darling. She was just just charming as word. There was nothing about her I found rough, offensive, or wrong. And beautiful in person, far more beautiful than on the screen. Oh yeah, because that fine hair and those eyes, I mean, just stunning. We ran across the street together. She had on a big shawl, and her shawl fell off, and the cars were coming, and she screamed, "Run, my shawl fell off." So I ran over and grabbed the shawl, and cars were stopping short, and she said to me, "Oh, you're my hero." I said, "Sharon, I wish I was straight." I said, "I would marry you in a minute." And she said, "No." She said, "Why is it all the good guys are gay?" I said, "I don't know. I don't find all the good guys gay." Anyway, we had dinner at a friend's house, and she was just wonderful. I loved Sharon Black.
Karen Black. It's so funny because Pumpkinhead. So when I collect action figures. I have a huge collection of action figures, and I had an 18-inch Pumpkinhead, and I got it really cheap, like $80 or something back in the day. And then when I went through some financial difficulties, and I sold it on eBay. And now recently, I tried to go back and buy it back for my collection again, and now they're like $500, to get the same thing. So I was bummed that I sold it. But Lance Henriksen's one of my favorites. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of Pumpkinhead, I got to meet Brian Brimmer on Coffin Tooth.
Oh, that's awesome! I love it.
Yeah.
So you picked some unusual movies because a lot of people don't pick an Amityville movie is one of their favorite. Usually you would hear something like Friday the 13th, or I don't know, Pinhead, what's Hellraiser, or something like that. And you picked was kind of a very avant-garde. If you could have ever been in any horror movie that's ever been made in history, what horror movie would you have liked to have been in then?
Hellraiser 2. Hellraiser 2. Yes. I like seeing the creation of the Cenobites.
I love all the Hellraiser movies. I'm actually friends with Doug Bradley and Barbie Wilde and Simon Bamford and Nicholas.
I'm so jealous.
And so then they've all been on the show with Ron. Actually, they've all been on the show with Ron. We had a blast with them. Usually around Halloween, if they're not doing a signing, I usually have all those kind of people come on for our Halloween show.
Cool.
It's a lot of fun, and I think that do you like the torture porn stuff like Saw and stuff like that? I love Saw. The Saw movies are great.
I absolutely love Saw, and I loved Saw 10. I think Saw 10 was probably one of my favorites out of the entire franchise.
I enjoyed it a lot, and it was fun for us because actually Ron didn't go see it. I saw it with his daughters because he didn't want to see it. But Costas Mandylor is in that, and we had just met him at a premiere.
Terrific guy.
Like a week before we went to go see it, we met him at a movie premiere. What a great! We actually were with him 2 nights in a row. Nicest guy ever.
Just regular Joe, a good guy.
So
he's going to be at Carolina Fear Fest, so I'll be able to meet him there.
You'll like him.
You'll love him.
Very charming, very down to earth, very, very Greek. He's a Greek fella. Greek or Greece.
Yes, of course.
Greece.
Yes.
Country. It's a country.
Give me a little more credit, sir.
I've been to Greece, so it's okay. I really like it, though. I think that I love the Saw movies. I think they're terrific. So, if you had a bucket list and you could work with any horror movie actors that there are, give me a few that you would love to work with. Give me a few guys and a few girls that you would be like, and they could be living or dead, so that way you get a wider pick.
Okay, so living or dead. I'd say for the males, I definitely would like to work with Tony Todd. Candyman scared the absolute crap out of me. Tom Savini, I'd love to work with him in any aspect, whether it's makeup, whether it's acting. I just think he's a really, really cool person.
And
Doug Bradley.
Tony is very nice.
Yeah, Tony Todd's really nice.
We know him for a long time.
We've known him a long time.
And he's always, the same, just a regular fella. Nice guy.
Doug Bradley's fabulous.
Yeah, Doug is a good guy.
I used to hang...
Am I in a movie with Doug?
No, you don't know Doug.
I thought I was in a movie with him.
No, you're not in a movie with him. But we also, Tom Savini, actually, I used to have clothing stores in Florida, and he used to come shop in them. I used to see him and we would hang out as a matter of fact, I went to Halloween Horror Nights with him at Universal Studios with him and Jason Mewes and a whole bunch of people. We had a blast. Those are all super iconic people that makes it a lot of fun. And I think as you're building your career, because your career is really going quickly, what you've done, most people take 20 years to do. So you've actually accomplished really a lot of stuff in a very short period of time. So your movies will get bigger and bigger as you're going along.
Yeah.
And I think for you.
I also just want to say, I'm super thankful and grateful for all the opportunities that have come my way, because there are definitely times where I don't feel like I deserve good things, and it's been through the support of the indie community.
Stop. I can't believe I heard what I just heard.
Why? I'm just being honest.
You don't know. You're crazy. I gotta take you under my wing. Now wait a minute. Back it up. You feel that you don't deserve some of the things you've got? Get that shit out of your head. That's a negative that'll hurt you. You deserve everything you get because you're worthy. And you have to say that to yourself. You have to say to yourself, I'm worth everything I do. Otherwise, they wouldn't hire me and look for me. Don't ever negate that you're not worthy. We have to meet for lunch.
When you're in LA,
I have to take, because I'm 83 years old, so I'm allowed to say whatever I want. And that's why I do. I can't stand a girl with your success saying you're not worthy. God damn it, you're so worthy. Are you kidding?
I thank you. No, I appreciate that. I really do. And I'm working on feeling that way myself.
57 movies came to you. You're worthy.
The other thing too, so I want to give a props because Matt Chasen is your manager. Matt Chasen he doesn't work with anybody who's shit. So if you were shit, he wouldn't be working with you in the first place. He's a fabulous manager. He's a fabulous person. He's so knowledgeable in the industry. There's not that many people who know more than him. So you've really, connected yourself with someone who is, obviously he believes in you or he would never be representing you. And he's a great guy. So that automatically should tell you, that you're worthy because you're working with a great manager.
Of course you are. She has to get that out of her head completely. It's so wrong. It's so not true.
No, absolutely. So
stop it.
So wait. What are some female actors that you would want to work with?
I would love to work with Linnea Quigley. I absolutely adore Linnea, and I would just.
So I've never met Linnea Quigley, but when I lived in Florida, she literally lived 2 blocks away from me, and I used to do a show called Horror Asylum Movie Reviews, and the people that I did it with, one of them was her ex-husband, and unfortunately he passed away after I did a movie with him. But I used to live like literally, so I know all kinds of stories about her. She's fabulous. We have never met her. We've never met her. Like we don't run in the same. We know all the same people, but we've never actually met her because she doesn't live out in California, so she's never at any of the premieres. But she's a great actress. She's a lot of fun. I should actually invite her on the show sometime just to have her come on because she's iconic. But nobody has ever said Linnea Quigley either. I want you to know. So your answers are way different than everybody else's. Tell what is like a normal movie that's not horror? Do you watch other things besides horror?
Oh yeah, I love like Lord of the Rings and Pan's Labyrinth. I love some funny movies. I'm trying to think of Army of Darkness, but that's like horror still. Also I should add Bill Moseley to the list because Bill Moseley, man.
Bill
acting is on point.
We've met him many times. I actually knew him before I knew Ron.
I want to ask you a question. Do you watch your movies?
I do.
I don't.
I typically will watch them like once, and then I don't watch them again.
I can't stand myself on screen. I don't watch myself at all.
Yeah.
He goes to his own premieres.
I go to the red carpets, but I don't watch the film because I always think, why are you doing this? Ron, you shouldn't be doing this. You should be doing something else. Maybe it's the scripts. Maybe it's the storylines that are not for me. Do you feel that way when you're working, that the story may not be for you?
Yeah.
You go ahead and do it because you have to, but you don't feel it was for you.
Yeah, there are some roles that I feel that it could have been like different, I guess. But I still used that experience as a learning experience, and just took what I could from it and brought it to the next set.
Did you ever do what I do? I did a movie that was so bad, I redid the whole movie.
Oh, no, I have not done that.
The script was so retarded and stupid that I brought myself into it as the writer, and I redid the whole movie, and the producer couldn't believe it.
Oh, wow.
Liked it.
They liked it because it was so amateur and terrible. Really, it was. No, it really was.
I have a question for you, and this isn't a movie-related question. Do you rescue dogs?
I do not rescue dogs. I have one dog. I have 2 rats. I have a chameleon. I have a Eurymastix. I have a tarantula, and 4 cats.
What's a Eurymastix?
A Eurymastix is a type of lizard.
Oh my god!
It's like a desert-dwelling lizard.
We have 3 rescue dogs, and somebody in the chat room wrote that you rescue dogs. That's why I asked that, because we love dogs.
No, I don't rescue dogs. I wish I could. I wish I could afford to rescue dogs because I totally would.
Does everything run around, or do you have cages? Like don't have rats just running around?
No. My rats are in their cage. Tarantula's in the cage. The Eurymastix. It's pretty much just the kitties and the dog that run around, and then I'll handle the lizards and the rats just personally.
What made you want a tarantula for a gift, a pet?
They're so cool to watch, and spiders actually terrify me. So I think it's part of helping me get over my fear of spiders is owning one.
Well, tarantula will do that.
Yeah.
We
I
have
have
not-
a curly haired tarantula, and her name is Susie Q.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
We live in Palm Springs, which is in the Mojave Desert. So we have plenty of tarantulas out here. Plenty.
I imagine so.
And we're afraid of them, especially for our pets. Because if a tarantula gets my little 7-pound baby, it can hurt it.
Yeah.
So we have a different idea of tarantulas out in the desert, don't we?
Yes. So you guys,
they shoot them, they kill them here.
Follow Angel Bradford on Instagram. It's Angel Nicole Bradford. Check out her movies. We're going to be working with her soon and with Zombie with a Shotgun, so it'll be a lot of fun. And
if there's a father in it, I'll probably be playing your father. A friend of ours wrote a movie, and he said, Ron, I wrote it for you because I know what you're like as a father. So I give good father.
Actually, in the chat room, they said no, they were talking about Linnea Quigley rescues dogs. So, but at least now we got to find out your whole menagerie of animals.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Congratulations on all your success. Wish you all the best for the future. Look forward to seeing you on set.
Look forward to
thank you
work.
so much.
When I'm working with you, if we're in the same day of work together, on our breaks when they're setting up, I can lecture you. Aren't you lucky?
Okay.
When I tell you that we must not think we're not worthy, we must not.
That's right.
You are absolutely correct.
No, he's correct about that.
You know what, honey? People, listen, I have a saying that is so powerful and wonderful. When people say to me, so what do you do that's so great? I say, what I do, people pay to see. And that's very big because people pay to see me. And you think that.
Yeah.
When you feel that bullshit about worthiness, just say, guess what? People pay to see me. That's a biggie.
He's right.
I love that. I love that mindset.
No,
I do that. I do. People love to see me. People pay to see me. I did stand-up comedy for 45 years in all the nightclubs all over. So I did get paid to be seen. Absolutely. And it makes you feel good. Because I used to work an audience of 350 in a supper club. In those days, people came to eat and drink. It was a nightclub. And I would be on stage ready to go. I'd look through the little hole in the curtain and we'd have full house. And I would say, oh, great, 350 people came to hear me, my jokes. And, that makes
the same for you. People have to download the movie, buy the movie, stream the movie. That's not free. They pay for it, so they're paying to see you.
I mean, so what makes you think, people pay to see you. You're good.
That's true. That's very true.
Because if you stink, if your movies were shitty and you were crappy, people would say, oh, her, I'm not going to go see her. She stinks.
And they wouldn't be calling you saying, come on, we want you to work on this film.
Yeah, exactly.
And the films are just going to keep getting bigger and better. So
are you straight or gay?
I'm bisexual.
Oh, okay. I figured that.
I figure that.
because she, when I said about being gay with what's her face, who the hell?
So do you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or we only have 2 minutes left? Do you have a boyfriend?
I have a boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm bisexual. I have 2 children. I was married 16 years. It's the only way to go is to be bisexual. It is. I wouldn't want to ever be gay. I would not want to be just gay. No.
Anyway,
there's so much beauty in the world.
That's right. No, so you guys, we got to go because we got another guest.
People say to me, how come you're bisexual? I said, well, it's a stupid word. I said, I fall in love with a person. I don't fall in love with their sex. If it's a man or a woman you have to fall in love with, that's who it happens to be. So I'm sure you feel the same way.
Absolutely.
I fall in love with the human.
Yeah.
And I'm him.
We're married
10 years. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
So
my sweet angel, I will see you on the set.
Absolutely. I'm working on that now. So such a pleasure to meet you. Glad you're feeling better. Keep continued success. And thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
And people pay to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye.
It's our pleasure, Angel.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Looking forward to knowing you.
Yay!
What a nice girl.
Very nice girl. She's gonna be a big, she's gonna be like the next Danielle Harris type person.
But she should never think she's not worthy.
No,
of
she's
anything.
totally worthy.
That's so wrong thinking.
All right, you guys. So now we're gonna bring on our next guest, and let's bring him in, Juan.
I think.
Bill, how you doing?
People pay to see me, and I'm strongly resistant to giving them their money back, no matter how much. I don't want to.
Good for you. I love
They
it.
have asked. They have asked.
But isn't that a good thing to think about when you're like maybe not worthy of something?
I don't do the not worthy thing. I just put my head down, no matter how bad the script is, and keep rocking.
There you go. That's smart. Hold on, we gotta do an intro. Huh? Yeah. Hey everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Emmy-winning actor, producer, writer, and one of the biggest horror award winners in the history of horror, Bill Obers Jr. Hello and come on and welcome to the show. Welcome
Thank
back.
you guys. So, like listening to you with Angel, like I don't want to talk about myself. I just want to hear stories about stand-up comedy. And I really want to know what movie Ron like took over and said, this is so shitty that I'm now the writer and I'm going to read it. What the hell was this movie about?
It was called Croker. And Jimmy's very good friend was producing it. And he wanted me to be in it. And as a favor to my husband and this fella, I was in the movie.
Yeah.
The movie was probably the worst script I have ever read in my life.
What was it about? Because I really love bad scripts. Tell me what it was.
I played a cop from New York who couldn't push people around in New York because they're too tough. So I moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I could push the local yokels around.
No, but that's not what it was about.
No, that was my character, how I played it.
It was about
Yeah, I get there. I played it like this. Get over here. What are you talking about? I know what you did. You're the one that killed him. There's nothing in the river. There's no monster in the river. You're the one. You're the one. Don't tell me. I know things. And that's how I played it, which was wonderful because I made my character a crazy New York cop. Supposedly something came out of the river that killed people. It was so bad.
It's kind of like It, where the kid disappears. And
All it was a green light that went on you. The script, but the dialogue. I'm in a scene where I did the very thing I just did to this guy who's claiming that his brother disappeared from the thing in the river. And I'm not believing that, of course, because I'm a stupid, jerky cop from New York. And I'm telling him, you did it. You don't tell me you did it. And I'm supposed to get him angry. And he stands up and walks over to me and says, you're a bastard. So I said to the guy, I looked at the camera. I said, you got to be fucking kidding me. You have to be fucking kidding me.
That's how angry the guy. And he was supposed to be playing a straight character. It wasn't playing a gay character.
No, and he was supposed to be upset. You're a bastard. So where do you go from there?
Ron rewrote all the lines because his lines were like, gee, golly,
no,
heck,
you know what it made me look like? I was eating up the scenery and I was stealing the number. When I'm like, if I'm working with you and I say to you, you think you're something, I'm going to kill you at midnight. I will come in your room at midnight and slash your throat. Now, how are you going to come back? Are you going to say, oh, no, you're not?
I will say the window's open and so's the door.
Really? You know what I'm saying. If I throw it at you tough, you got to throw it back. Otherwise, you make me look like a show-off.
Right.
Like I'm too big for the scene. See, so they don't know. They didn't understand that. He hired all normal people. Not one of them were actors, except the girl that played the lead. She was Miss Pennsylvania, a very beautiful girl.
She was good.
She was good. She ad-libbed with me. One thing was, get in the car. Get in the car now. I'm telling you, get in the car. Don't let me pull my gun on you. Get in the car. And she turned around and what did she say?
I don't know, but it was great.
She said something totally hilarious that made that scene so important.
So here's the funny thing about the movie. The movie's really bad. And on IMDb, it has like 100 5-star reviews because I guess they got like everybody who's in it, to like, give it a good review because there's no way, it can have a 5-star review. It was so bad. And anyway, so let's talk with you a little bit. First off, Bill is the star.
I want to work with you.
You are working. Well, I don't know if you're going to work opposite him, but you're going to work with him because he's the star of Zombie with a Shotgun too.
I was going to ask, do we get to be in scenes together?
I don't know if you do or not yet.
Oh, I would love to work with you.
It would be a crime not to. A travesty.
We'll work something. We will work something out.
You're one I could work with. Oh no, I would be so happy.
Also, by the way, wait, I forgot. Say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hello, everybody in the chat room.
If I play a cop again, which probably I do, or I play some kind of a guy that kills zombies, I'm sure I do.
And also, hold on, and then we have Dawn. So we have a fabulous horror fan who is in the chat room all the time. She said she watched a bunch of your stuff yesterday. Her name's Dawn Hinton. Just say Dawn. So say hi to Dawn. She'll love that.
Dawn, I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry.
But wait, Bill is starring.
Yes.
In Zombie.
Yeah.
So let's make that a good movie. Because
it's a good movie.
No, it's a lot of money movie.
It's a much bigger budget.
It's no $15 movie.
Yeah, that's a big. Zombie with a Shotgun's a big title. People love that movie.
Yes.
It's going to be shot with the best camera, the best director. I mean, it's not. I am not doing shitty movies anymore. I told Jimmy, I'm turning. I have a million movies a day come in. Once listen to this one, Bill. You want to crack up? They sent me a script, Drag Queens from Outer Space.
And they
a bunch of drag queens come to Earth to eat the men because they ate all the men on their planet.
Okay, I'm with you.
And they were fighting over the dick. Who gets to eat the guy's dick?
No, see, they went too far. They had me until then.
No.
You're right.
So I gave the script to Marcel Waltz as a joke. I said, Marcel, let's do this film. Marcel he thought I was serious. He didn't even comment. So when I
have zombie drag queens ever been done?
Oh, I don't know.
No, never been drag queen zombies. Never.
I haven't seen
really emotional drag queens, like the ones who shake the hands and really those kind as zombies. That might be
we would probably get in trouble with the woke people. We would probably get in trouble for making fun of drag queens or something. Today,
you're not making fun of them. You're making them zombies.
You're making them zombies.
You have to be careful nowadays.
Anyway, so
very careful.
So first of all, you guys, this is Bill's third time on the show. So the first time he was on, we got 2.1 million views. The second time we had him on, we had 3.34 million views. So we want everybody to watch this so we have to beat 3.34 million views.
You know why? Because he's good.
No, he's good. He's
talented. I am so happy when I have a good actor on my show.
Well, you guys are so much. You're so much fun because you understand the business. You understand entertainment. It's so boring when you're doing an interview with somebody who's so guarded. But you guys are just so open and out there, and that's what makes it fun.
That's also because I love your work. I love to watch you on film. I've told Jimmy so many times, I'd love to work with him. I'd love to work with him. And now maybe we are. Wouldn't that be terrific? But
yes.
you really are. Listen, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass because I don't do that to anybody. I never bullshit people. I tell the truth. I've seen you in some stuff that maybe another actor would have fell on his ass. But you knew how to work it. See, I don't go to these I hate these horror movies. I really can't stand them. I only go to watch the acting if the friend of mine is in the movie. That's all I go for. And some of them, but you have a talent to make shit pretty.
I try.
I'm serious. You're like a natural.
Thank
You don't act. This is what I tell Jimmy, right? All the time.
All the time.
I can't stand actors you catch acting. Right? You don't act. You do. And whatever you do is so good that it's real. It doesn't work. It doesn't.
Even because you've even got a few shitters, and some of your shitters, you're really, really good.
That's what I'm saying. You made the film bearable. Isn't that terrible?
Thank you.
But I've been in a couple of dolls that I made the film bearable because I was funny. But
so let's brag for him a little bit.
Yeah.
First of all, you guys, Bill was awarded the first Lon Chaney Award for Outstanding Achievement in Independent Horror Films. Obviously, he's in the top 14 Criminal Minds, which is one of my favorite TV shows. Most Notorious Serial Killers. And his big episode starred Adrienne Barbeau, who's been on the show. We love Adrienne Barbeau.
I do too.
Toby Bell's never been on the show, and I've never met. He's like one of the only people I've never met that I really want to meet.
I'm still looking for a boyfriend for Adrienne.
Yes.
What? Adrienne can get her own dates.
No. I know Adrienne. No.
Actually,
she's a wonderful actress.
No, I'm serious. If a guy comes,
sweet person.
She's a dream.
Fabulous. She's wonderful.
A doll. I know Adrienne from the Rock Hudson days at Rock's house at party with Julie Newmar, Jane Russell, who's my best friend. We went there and I met Adrienne for the first time.
So hang on.
Wait a minute. You know what she said to me? I said, Adrienne, a friend of mine in New York had a nickname for you. She said, oh, yeah, what is it? I said, Adrienne Barboobs. She said, yeah, I figured it would be something like that. And she walked away. And she walked away. So I went after her. I said, I didn't mean to offend you. I thought it was cute. She said, yeah, it is. I said, she was writing books at that time. So I've seen her periodically. But when she was on our show, we discussed her mastectomy.
Adrienne did a wonderful one-woman review, singing and telling anecdotes from her career in Hollywood, I think 2 years ago. It was really, really good. I love her.
I do too.
So another cool thing, you got a Horror Icon Award at the Optical Theater Festival in Italy. I'm only bringing it up because it was in Italy and he's Italian.
What does that got to do with the price of beans?
Well, he won a huge award in Italy. You're Italian.
I'm American. My heritage is Italian. What, do I speak with an accent?
No, you don't speak with an accent. So here's something that I don't think I knew, though, because I was looking at your IMDb, with you coming on to bring up different things. I didn't know that you were in The Secret Life of Bees, because it's not horror-related whatsoever. There's no...
I had one line in The Secret Life of Bees. And I was a deputy sheriff. It was really early on when I started switching from stage to film. And I had Dakota Fanning in the front seat and Jennifer Hudson in the back seat. And Dakota Fanning was like, I was new because there's like movies were new to me then. I was coming from the world of stage and I knew all my lines and everything, of course. And Dakota was so cool. She's like texting right up to the second when the slate's in, she's texting. And I said, excuse me, I'm supposed to grab you and slap you in this scene. And she was like, go for it, dude. It's fine. And she just keeps on texting. And then they slate in. She shoves the cell phone under her butt and she starts crying like real tears. And I was like, oh my God, this is what film actors do? This is going to be hard. So yeah. That was my one line.
That's such a big movie, though, and like I don't really remember it now. But Queen Latifah's in it, Alicia Keys, Paul Bettany.
Yeah, it was a big movie.
I mean,
my line was, "Did you see a white girl come by here?"
What a line!
Yeah.
What a line! How do you do? What do you do? Wait, what do you do with that line?
What do you do with it?
How do you express it? I'm curious. Let me see you do it. Do the line.
Ron, you know what they wanted. They wanted the redneck thing. They wanted, you see a white girl come by here. They love that thing. They want that crap. And I've done that so many times. Early on, thank God, I found horror. So then I would not have to do this redneck character over and over again for years.
But that's what I'm talking about. The way you did your head and the whole, you're an actor. You see, I tell all the young people, young kids, like a good friend, what's his name? A very young fellow who's becoming very famous. And what's his name? Who we met at that nightclub in Hollywood. I told him to shave and get rid of the rig look. And
Tyler Gallant.
Tyler Gallant is going to be big. Ron, you have any tips for me? I said, yeah. Learn to use your hands, because my hands right now will tell you a big story.
Yes.
And he said, yes. I said, I don't like actors who act with their hands at their side. They are line readers, because I use my hands for everything.
Yes.
I love it.
It does so much.
Hands and eyes.
Eyes are the thing.
Yeah, your eyes are really
yeah.
I mean, you really know how to use your eyes.
I have that with people tell me that when I act, that my eyes tell the line before the line even comes out.
So let's ask some questions to you though, about, instead of just talking about the horror movies, because we've talked about a lot of them before. Even though I do have a Stranger in the Woods. I put the trailer so we could play for everybody.
Oh, good, thank you. That was we did that in Hungary, and it's a really nice young Hungarian director, and I really want good things for him. So I hope that little movie does good.
Actually, so why don't you introduce? So one, it's the one that you played before by mistake that says "A Strain" on it. Why don't you introduce it? We'll play it, and then we'll come back, talk about that, and then talk about some other industry stuff with you.
Yeah, it's called A Strange in the Woods. It's a found footage format, which isn't my favorite, but I think he did a good job with it. And it's a film student who comes out to this strange guy in the woods, and she meets him. I'm not sure what all's in the trailer, but I play the strange guy, and things get increasingly darker and darker.
All right, enjoy. Take it away, Juan.
Edith, good morning. Listen, I sent a message to Victor last night about your arrival, and he's very excited. He can be a bit of a character. I don't think he'll be too much of a problem.
Hello?
Although...
Jesus Christ!
I'm afraid I cannot help you.
He is a very strange guy.
Are you okay?
One more thing. He doesn't socialize much. Recently, he's been a bit obsessed that someone is watching him.
I'm a bit picky.
Show yourself! Hands in the air!
I thought it would last forever.
No, it looks really good.
Yeah, he did a nice job. I think it's I like European filmmakers because they like these weird avant-garde shots. They're not really big into a bunch of talk. They do shots where it's just two people looking at each other. I lost weight for that because he wanted the guy emaciated. I'm still trying to put weight back on.
Oh, how long ago did you shoot it?
It's only been like 6 months. He works really, really quick.
But you did it again with the look. You have that look, baby. That's worth a fortune.
Well,
you don't
thank
have to make it up. No, serious. You have a weirdness about you that's terrific.
Is there a film festival that's going to? Because in the chat room they're asking about the film festival that it's going to.
Let's talk. I believe in pre-publicity. Years ago in my day, a movie had coming attractions, or the magazines. The movie magazines would talk about a film in progress.
Yes.
We couldn't wait to see it. I said, oh my God, when is that coming out? I want to see that movie. They don't do that. Now they're all afraid their scripts are going to be stolen, the shitty scripts that they are.
But when I was a kid, I loved horror movies, and Famous Monsters of Filmland magazine and Forey Ackerman's and Fangoria and all of those did the same thing for us. Like they would tell us about, these movies that were being filmed, and we couldn't wait to see them when they came.
So let's talk about Zombie, because that's Jimmy's movie, your movie, and my movie. So let's talk about it.
That's one that they're not. They're doing all kinds of pre-publicity for it.
Well, let's do some more.
Okay.
Everybody watching our show or listening, I would suggest to see it because it's a good script.
It's based on a comic book, you guys,
Right.
and the first movie was shot for no money, and it did really well. And now in the second movie, it didn't have any names really in the first movie. The second movie, now we have Bill Obers Jr. is in it. We
Right.
also have Lynn Lowry, who was the lady that you saw a real quick clip of her in that last trailer that we just showed. We also have Vincent Ward, who we know we went to the Academy Award
Right.
party with him.
Right.
And
Vinny,
we have
Vinny.
shit, I forgot who's in it.
It's got no, it has a good cast.
It has a good cast. Monique Dupree.
Oh, how I love
Monique
her.
Dupree is
oh
in it.
my God. The best actress in the world. Oh, she is. Oh, another one I could watch. Do you ever watch Monique's work?
And she makes.
No.
Oh, my
she
friend.
Makes,
is she an actress?
She's a great actress. Unfortunately, the pickle that she's had in the past have not been so good. So a lot of her movies are really low budget indie films, but she really carries the movie.
I watch her with ecstasy in my heart.
No, you're not.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that Black Monique?
Yeah, that's
I'm
Monique
thinking of
Gata. You're thinking of Marcel's Monique.
Monique, right.
She's one of the greatest actresses I've ever seen. But this is Monique Gata. The wrestler chick. We love her. She was just on the show.
She's got 10 kids. The girl's got a body of death. I mean, she looks like a teenager with 10 kids. Oh, that Monique I love. I'm talking about Monique
Parent.
Have
you ever worked with Monique Parent?
Monique Parent.
You would love working with her. Oh, she's really one of the best actresses.
You should work with her. You would be good with her. Oh, you would be good with her. She will feed you. She will make you bigger than big. She is a total actress who does. There's one movie she's in where she does a monologue.
It's a long monologue, like 5
a
minutes
long monologue where she's explaining what's going on. Unbelievable. I love her. I love her.
Actually, we should.
The way I like to watch you, I like to watch her.
Have you ever heard of Marcel Waltz?
I have.
Like you should really, because he's probably one of the best indie up and coming directors. He's got he's got about 10 or 12 movies, and they all do really, really well.
Did you ever see his movie Blind?
Yeah, his movie Blind is really good.
With Sarah,
but I will.
Oh, watch that.
But
one,
actually,
baby. That's my favorite.
When we see him, because he's got a premiere coming up in a month, and so when we see him,
he's a very dear friend of ours.
I'm going to tell him
he's
he should
like
consider
my best.
you
He's
for
like
something
Marcel.
if he's got anything you could work with, because you would fit. And he works with phenomenal actors and actresses.
Marcel is like my best friend. He's real guy. Blind.
I wanted to ask you about Zombie. If people want to follow the movie, are there social media accounts or any place that they can kind of watch?
Zombie with a Shotgun on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. It's all. I think they're all the same. Hang on, I'll double check it. But and then Hilton Ariel Ruiz is the director and writer, and so he's also, you can follow him. But let me just double check. I think it's just Zombie with a Shotgun, but let me double check it and see.
Okay.
It's Zombie with a Shotgun on Instagram, you guys. But he's really big on Twitter, and it's Zombie. You just plug in Zombie with a Shotgun, it'll pop up because he's got hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram. Instagram and Facebook combined is about 500,000 followers. So
if they do it right, it'll be a great.
The first one was really good. I mean, when I say no budget, I mean they had no budget and it came out really good.
Who's directing?
Hilton. We had him on the show a couple months ago. Hilton.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We had him on the
show. He's good. I think you can have a good director. I think so. But Blind was about a movie star who had a surgery in her eyes and was blind. And she lives up in the hills. Well, there's a crazy fan who moves into her house and she doesn't know it. And he's stalking her. It is a wonderful movie.
Nice.
It is a
thriller. They did a sequel called Pretty Boy that for some reason Lionsgate's supposed to be distributing it, but it hasn't come out. It's been
and Sarah French did a great job, as I told her, because she didn't act. She didn't do anything but look sad and let you feel bad for her and wanting to protect her when she's looking in the refrigerator blind to get her wine. And she closes the door, and there he is standing right there. And you get the So it's a good. It's. I think it's. It didn't do well. Didn't make any money because it wasn't disgusting. It wasn't bloody and chop. It was very Hitchcockian. It was a quality movie. And we
shouldn't say it didn't do well.
No, it did.
But it won every film festival it entered, about 50 film festivals. It won best feature.
Money-wise, it didn't do hot.
But then the reviews, when if you go and read Amazon reviews and stuff, a lot of people didn't like it because not enough people, nobody got killed.
No chopping,
not enough. I mean, people got killed, but it wasn't
eyeballs falling out. No guts popping. It wasn't junk. People like junk.
Well, Can I give you my mantra that I've settled on after doing 200 of these? Horror is quick, but terror takes time.
Yes.
And people who don't understand the difference will not sit through 5 minutes of a movie without wanting to be jump scared. I can't help them. You have to surrender yourself and go on the ride, and then you will be terrified, which is it's a long lasting thing. Horrified is just, and it's over.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
What are some movies that you think are...
Well, wait a second. Every friggin' movie, I get scripts and I turn them down. You know why? The same thing. 10 people in a room, one by one, 10 people get slashed. Okay? Then they change it. They make it a Western, or they make it they're in England. Just change the set. It's that same boring script. Oh,
That's
look,
right.
cut his arm off. Oh, look, they're going to... I don't want to be in that movie. I'm an actor. I'm not a whatever the hell they want you to do. I don't do that. I'd rather sit home. I'm from the stage also. So,
actually,
I won't do it.
In the chat room, they're asking about, they says, a horror fest in Chicago. So you must be doing a horror fest in Chicago soon.
Yeah, that's a festival that Stranger in the Woods is going to be there. And I think the director is going to come over from Hungary.
Oh, that's cool. And when is that? So anybody who wants to know, here, May 2024?
That's right. Yeah. It's a great festival. A movie I was in called Circus of the Dead won big there. I have affection for that festival.
So now, do you play a clown in Circus of the Dead?
Yes. A necrophiliac, homicidal, murdering clown.
Oh, that's so funny because
that's got to be very spooky.
Lately, he's done. So he's getting this summer. He's doing Clown Motel 3. He did Clown Motel 2. He did Clown Fear. He did.
I'm only doing
Clowny.
I'm only doing it. I'm only doing it because of Joe. Joe Kelly is a dear friend of mine who helped me out on something, and I promised Joe I would do it.
And this business is about relationships. You're so right, Ron.
But I don't want other people to think, oh, Ron's back in the clowns. I'm not. I don't want to be a snob, but if it's not a couple of $1 million movie, I'm not interested. I don't need it. What for? I don't enjoy it. So
I'm so glad that we're talking because I've got a bunch of stuff. So I have a bunch of movies that I'm producing, and I've got a big horror film, and I've also got a big fantasy film.
Yeah, I'm in a $35 million movie coming up with Brad Pitt, possibly.
No, not Brad Pitt.
Not Brad Pitt. He's out?
He's in the $45 million one.
Oh, in the $45 million movie. Okay. And
I got a few big movies coming up.
And that's where, Bill, you have to go because you're $45 million quality.
Well,
they're not $15.
I actually, though, once we start casting the other roles, because they've cast the 3 leads in each of the films that I'm doing, but they will have some other roles. And if anything I think fits for you, I'm definitely going to pitch you because you bring so much to a film, and it increases. It just increases the value of the film.
Our friend Monique.
Yes,
we got to push Monique. Monique can be a superstar. She's gorgeous. She's a woman in maybe 55?
62.
52?
62.
62. She looks 30. She's a beautiful blonde. Beautiful.
Well, and there are women who can do that. Look at Lynn Lowry.
Yes.
She's amazing. There's some women who are just classy. Joan Collins is like that. I personally think. When I saw her on American Horror Story, I was like, you're still sexy.
Oh, no, absolutely. Matter of fact, I'm just contacted her publicist because I want to get her on the show.
I was at a party where Joan Collins was, And my friend Perry Winkler, who looks like Joan Collins, another broad with the same thing, facelift, eyeball, they all look alike. And Joan was standing there talking to somebody, and my friend Perry went over to her, and she said, Joan, because Perry Winkler was married to the biggest money manager in Beverly Hills, so she was very effective. If you saw Auntie Mame, that was my friend Perry Winkler. And she taps Joan on the shoulder. Oh, Joan, darling, she said, I have to thank you for bringing gowns back. And Joan just looked at her, said, you got to be kidding. And I thought, Perry, you fell on your face because you were like pretending to be Joan. They looked alike, right? Doesn't Perry look like Joan Collins?
Yes, a lot.
Same thing.
So wait, I want to go back because we never asked you this before. So bucket list, because you've worked with a lot of really talented, phenomenal people. Bucket list, male and female actor that you would like to work with that you've never had an opportunity, and they could be living or dead, so it doesn't make any difference, just to kind of get an idea of who you like. And then, if you could have ever been in any movie ever made in history, what movie would you like to have been in?
Caine, Michael. That's the actor. The movie only movie in history that I think I really would like to have been in is The Bridge Over the River Kwai.
Oh, wow.
I've always wanted to do one of those, sort of Lee Marvin World War II types. And I came along once those movies were no longer being made, but I loved them. The reason Michael Caine is because he's especially in his old age, he's completely naked in front of the camera. I mean, everything is there. There's no deceit at all. He did a movie called Harry Brown, I don't know, like 10 years ago.
Loved it. Great movie. Yeah, I saw it like 4 times. I watched it.
He allowed the camera to explore every crevice in his face and his watery eyes. My mouth just dropped open, and I was like, this man is brave, vulnerable, and completely naked in front of the camera. I respect that so much. I'd give my right arm to work with Caine.
Also, could be a very nice fella.
Yeah, he was nice.
Years ago, there was a restaurant in town called Bistro Gardens. And I was in the Bistro Gardens, and Michael Caine and his beautiful Hindu wife, she's gorgeous, all in white, came, and they happened to be at the table next to us. And after a little bit of a while, I began talking to Michael, introduced myself, and he was the most charming man. Got to tell you, polite and charming, and he made believe he was interested in what I was saying, and I appreciated that.
Before I knew Ron too, he had a restaurant he owned in South Beach on Lincoln Road, and so I was eating at a table next to him and his wife also, and he was incredibly gracious.
Just the most elegant.
You would think he would be like don't talk to me.
No,
who the fuck are
all.
you? And he was just like he was happy you're eating in his restaurant. No. He would come. He actually stood up and shook my hand, and everything was very, very, very gracious.
That's class. That's class.
Yes, very classy guy.
I talked to everybody. I never had actor fear. I worked with Sophia Loren. After you work with Sophia Loren, baby, you have no fear of anybody. So I was really bullshitting with Michael for a long time. We were talking about a mutual friend, Shelby Goodman. Shelby Goodman was a multimillionaire textile woman, heiress to this cotton company. And Shelby was English and a good friend of Michael's. So we were talking about Shelby, and then we went from Shelby to film. And he was just, as I said, he acted, or he was really interested in what I was saying. And he was.
Wait, go back though.
And I told him, I said, is there ever a movie you refuse? And he laughed. I said, because you're in every I said, but you're in everything. So you never refuse a movie. He said, I try not to. And his wife was just deliciously beautiful. God, is she gorgeous. Oh, and I remember she was all in white, Jimmy.
Yeah, she was in white when I saw her too, so that must have been her normal thing.
She had a white turban on.
So wait, go back though. Okay, so wait, you picked Michael Caine and Bridge Over the River Kwai. What about who's a female actress that you would like to have worked with, living or dead?
A female actress?
Yeah.
Grace Kelly.
There you go. That's a good one. Grace Kelly.
Oh, now you're talking about my childhood romance.
I mean, these are the women. Okay, so my theory is that, like, I know some mini directors, most of whom are younger, who are like, I want to make movies that are like documentaries. They're like real life. I'm like, no, cinema is a world. Create your own world. And the women of Grace Kelly's era with the makeup and the cinematography, that's not what real women were or are like, but it was an idealized form.
No, they weren't. They're wrong. My wife looked like Grace Kelly. If we pull up a picture, you'll see. My wife was Dutch. And as a young man, when I was 15 and 16, Grace Kelly was all over my bedroom. I was madly in love with her. Everybody.
That's what he's saying, though.
No, but wait a minute. So women used to copy.
Oh, emulate.
Emulate. In other words, when my sister loved Ava Gardner. So my sister made her eyebrows one time like Ava Gardner's eyebrows. Yeah. All the women imitated the beautiful women of Hollywood. Rita Hayworth, my friend Bobby's girlfriend, looked like Rita Hayworth, and she wore her hair and makeup like Rita from Gilda. So
I don't think people do that nowadays.
No, they don't, and I wish they would. But Grace Kelly and Audrey Hepburn, the both of them. All right, story. You know Mr. Blackwell.
You've heard, we don't have a lot of
heard
time.
of Mr. Blackwell. Richard and I were like, my best buddy, my buddy, my mentor. He knew Grace Kelly and he knew Audrey Hepburn. And I said to him, what was Audrey Hepburn like in person? He said, the same as on film. I said, what was Grace Kelly like? He said, wild. I said, what do you mean wild? He said, she banged the gas station attendant. She was just not what she was on film. On film, Grace Kelly was chic and elegant and a lady, but in real life, she was a wildcat. So, yeah, I don't know where I went with this. I got lost, but I agree. I agree with you. I would have killed to work with Grace Kelly or to have even met her, and I never met her.
With the kind of face that I have, I would love to have appeared in those sort of stylized movies like Bogart and those tough guys did. And then my face would not be hidden. It would be celebrated in mainstream film. We're really hung up on beauty now. And I look back to the era of film when that wasn't true. And a guy like Bogart could become a star.
Because they were actors.
And you're an actor. See, it's so funny that you say that because I think you have such a distinguished look. I mean, you're not Cary Grant, but you have a distinguished look that people like look at you and see. Like I see, I think there's so much character in your face. One of my favorite actors who also is similar to you is Lance Henriksen. You know, Lance Henriksen has the lines and the roughness a little bit in his face, and I think he's rugged. Yeah, you're just rugged and cool. See, I think it's fabulous.
My face was always pretty, and you can't book pretty. Pretty doesn't go far. Okay? When in my younger days, people said I look like Tony Curtis. I
can see that.
Yeah, but that didn't do good for me either, because then I had a lot of trouble, and also I was very dark, black hair and very dark skinned, and that was too ethnic in my day. They wanted Troy Donahue and Tab Hunter.
I think you are so talented and you're so distinguished looking that they should be knocking down your door, and maybe I can help with that on some stuff, but I think they should be knocking down your door because like you're such a phenomenal actor, and you're a real actor. You know, you actually know how to act.
It's all up
because you learned on stage.
Well, that's where we all came from.
Well, not now.
You learn by going out on stage with your fly unzipped or the door falls down. You learn by disaster.
You're right.
I fell off a stage, the stairs going down to the back, and I hurt my hip. And the other actor walked by me and said, "Ron, get up. We have lines." Line? I'm in pain. I'm in screaming agony. So he went out there, and I don't know what the hell he did, but until I could get up, and in pain, I went out in the stage, my hip killing me, and caught up on my line. So I guess the audience got it. But that's what happens.
So you guys, this is
what I loved. I was a stand-up comic. So what I loved was connecting. I would have 350 diners at the supper club. And I connected with all of them as if they were one person. I never played to a house. I played to only one person. I never knew who the person was. It was fictitious. And some comedians used to say,
we gotta go. You
how
gotta
do
stop.
you do that?
So you guys,
he's got to come back.
We'll have him back. So you guys, you can follow Bill on Instagram. He's Bill Obers Jr. Oberst Jr. It's BillOberst.com. Hopefully his new movie, A Stranger in the Woods, after it does its festival circuit, will be released. And do you have any other thing new that just came out that we should tell anybody to go see real quick?
Yeah, I got a stage show where I play Satan that's really close to my heart, and the website is adversaryshow.com.
Perfect. All right, Bill, thank you so much. We'll be in touch. I want to thank Matt too, for Matt Chasen, for setting this up for me. And
we'll see you.
We'll see you soon. And we'll see you on set.
Zombie.
I can't wait. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, bye, Bill.
Thanks,
All right,
Bill.
everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Have a good one.
We want to thank our great guests, Angel Bradford and Bill Obers Jr. for coming on the show. There's Astro, and
he just woke up.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. So come and watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.